We are looking at the Union Factory, which is a new binding this year made for Travis Rice. Kind of replacing the Charger, even though the Charger stays in the line. They say this is the most responsive binding. I felt the Charger was a little more responsive, but I still really like this binding, and it has a nice, like, it's really strong, like edge to edge, heel to toe, but back and forth there's a little room there for flex. I don't even know if I did that with it. Yeah, there we go. There's a little room for flexing there, and it's got, you know, same ankle strap, same toe strap, but it's a new toe ratchet this year that's a little easier to move up and down. It doesn't have the little lever that some of the lower budget ones do, but it's still, before you really had to go like this, then pull, and this year you can just kind of go like that and it'll pop right off. It's much smoother ratchet. The Travis Rice also has a shit ton of padding, as you can see. There's just a lot more padding on this, and you feel like you're riding a little higher, but it's super damp, and there's lots of shock absorption, and it's just one of those bindings. It's really easy, you know, getting a more aggressive board to go edge to edge really fast. And so we went out on this GG ATV, which is a semi-aggressive to aggressive ride, and we found it turning it like no problem. Just super easy edge to edge, and all in all, I really like this binding, and it's a really good addition to the Union line. The only thing I'd say is it just feels a little weird at first because you're riding a little higher than you normally are these days with most bindings. You feel elevated like you're on risers at first, but then after a while you get really used to it, and it's a lot of fun. What'd you think, Peter?
This is definitely a binding that the first time I took out, I was just a little bit like, what exactly is going on here, you know? Like, took a second, definitely a lot higher. Your foot's a lot higher on the board, you know, than your standard binding today. I mean, as you can see, it's almost a solid 2 inches off the board.
No, it's not 2 inches.
Inch and a half.
Maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch.
Listen.
Listen.
How I rate.
You listen.
That's how I rate other things in my life. Okay, it's. It's 2 inches.
Sadly.
He's an exaggerator.
No,
I haven't noticed.
I mean, off the base, yeah. But anyways, regardless of that, what it does allow for is when you're locking in toe to heel turns, it definitely gives you a lot more response while still being extremely cushioned, but not letting the fact that it has so much extra cushioning, extra padding reduce from the fact that it will give you a lot easier, because like some bindings that put so much cushion in, you notice that it's a little sluggish from your heel to your toe. One thing I definitely noticed about these, and something that I definitely love about these, and would be a huge factor in the reason why I want these bindings now, is that it gives you great edge to edge while still being extremely padded, extremely comfortable. Riding with like such an aggressive board like this, when hitting through the chop, you know, sometimes like when you're locked in so hard, it can reverberate really hard. These help dampen it very much.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense why Travis would get these.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, nobody really goes faster than him right now.
No one goes faster, no one goes through rougher and crazier terrain, or does crazier tricks off of just everything on planet Earth than Travis.
And these, and even if you're not an aggressive rider, these just, like, at the end of the day, you're gonna have less fatigue.
You're gonna have less fatigue, your foot is gonna feel incredible, and once you get used to it, just take 2 or 3 rides, once you get used to being a little higher up on the board, I absolutely loved it.
Ginger.
I think you boys got it covered.
Oh. Nothing?
No, nothing to add.
Okay.